lose everything.
Yeah.
You just leave with what you have, and that's
Right.
it. Yeah.
And sometimes that's, we had a house fire, and it was only, thank God, it was only one section of the house.
Yeah.
But it was the section where my father was. It was the new section of our, the addition.
Oh, wow.
And it was the weirdest thing. It literally started around him.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
was asleep. It was like midnight.
Did he get hurt?
No.
Oh, God.
That's the weird thing. I swear
Wow.
there was somebody there to wake him up because
it was Charles Dickens.
yeah. But he
That's so
he
weird.
he was sick with cancer and he couldn't sleep in the bed.
Uh-huh.
So the most comfortable place was his easy chair.
Yeah.
So he would sleep there, and it was near this window seat. And all of a sudden, this light bulb above him popped, like blew out because of the fire.
That was definitely...
He woke up,
wow.
and it was like this circle around him. He could see the outside because it had burned through. So he got up and he went to the other side of the house where my mom and I were, and he went to the door, my door, and he said, Tin, you have to get up. We have a fire.
Wow.
Then he looked at me and he said,
calm man.
then he said, Kristen, Virginia, get up. We have a fire. Woo! And
my
the weird thing is, that was the one thing that was my biggest fear. I used to have nightmares about having a house fire when I was a kid.
And it happened.
And it was
so
freaky.
Now it was just in a part of your home, so not everything was destroyed.
Yeah, so we were able to block off part of the house. And then the whole entire community came together and fixed the house so quickly. It was just amazing.
Wow.
It was just
that's all
amazing.
about people coming together and helping, and there's the Red Cross definitely is I know doing their part, and that people can donate by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. I have that burned in my brain, and I know that our radio station, there's a concert with Clear Channel's the company that owns us, and they're doing something it's called, and we just made the announcement today at 9 o'clock. It's 12-12-12. There's going to be a big on Facebook, Twitter. And
I saw that on the computer today.
It's going to be this great concert featuring a lot of different.
Jovi's going to be on.
Yes, a lot of different artists. And
Roger Waters.
Bon Jovi's going to be on.
Roger Waters.
And it's of course all to help the victims of Hurricane Sandy. So
that's awesome.
It's good when a lot of people can come together, and it's so very sad. When I say my prayers at night, I definitely say a prayer for those people. I can't even imagine what they're going through. I can't.
I know.
Just the other day, there was a pipe that burst on Chandler Street, not too far from where I live. And so, I was back at square one again at least we had electricity, but you couldn't drink the water, couldn't shower. And it's so hard because it just,
You're so used to it.
you have a routine. And so luckily from Hurricane Sandy, we had a lot of bottled water, so I was, washing my face with a bottled water, brushing my teeth with a bottled water, but living like a refugee, and I can't tell you, kind of like how in The Walking Dead.
Yes.
When in one of the first episodes, they took a shower at the police station.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I felt. I took a shower and I was like, thank you, God. It was just, so you think about those little moments. And I have to tell you, I was so tired eating peanut butter and jelly for a little while there.
Yep.
When you were fearing the worst.
Yep.
No more peanut butter and jelly. No more.
For a while.
No more peanut butter and jelly.
We have to do
That's funny. Huh?
give out our email
Oh,
address too. We don't do that anymore.
I know.
We do a lot of stuff.
I know.
We still have that number too, 267-5111 for the secret word.
Yes, which we haven't said yet.
No, we didn't say that.
But if you have any questions for Heidi or
call in.
Anything, 267-5111.
Yeah, and we have if you have any comments or questions, you can email us at girlsnightout@charter.net. We want to put that on the bulletin board as well because we are going to be having a lot more contests. We're doing a fashion show coming up, and we're going to be raffling off a basket or something they are going to be raffling off, and we're going to be putting it on on the bulletin board for you to email in order to, that'll be your raffle, to email us. And we'll pull it, and then in January, February, when we have the fashion show, then we will announce the winner.
Yes, and then we do have our, Dear Divas
Dear Divas,
section.
so
That if you have any,
Dear Divas.
Dear Divas, if you have any, problems that you want us to field for you, we will.
I want to solve some problems. Here, let's solve some problems.
Hello, you're live. Hello? Basting. We
haven't said it yet.
didn't say it yet.
You're not supposed to call and tell us the word. We're supposed to say it again, and then you can call in.
Aren't you a sweetheart?
So when we say the word basting, we didn't say it yet. Then when we say the word basting, which this one doesn't count, then you can call in.
Yes, but great memory.
Yes, thank you.
Good job.
267-5111, but
Yeah.
not yet.
Not yet.
Unless you have a question for Heidi.
Yes,
But not for the secret word, which we have not said yet.
No. So yeah, we have a Dear Diva. We had one.
Oh, all right.
What was the one that we had last time where the boyfriend would reach over and eat out the other person's plate? That was like the worst. I said, stab him.
What?
Stab him. Hey, that's mine.
I said it depends on how long you've been together.
Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, turn it off.
Pardon?
Hey, where do you find SRS?
96.1.
Did you?
What is that, AM or FM?
FM.
What is it?
FM 96.1 FM.
And where are they out of?
Worcester.
I know, but where are they out of? Springfield?
Worcester, Massachusetts. Past Sturbridge. It's off of 290.
Worcester County.
Worcester County.
You definitely get the station. It goes all the way to Springfield, almost to Vermont. So you definitely get 96.1.
Hello?
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you should put it on. You'd like the music.
Yes.
So do you have a question, sir?
No,
This
I
is
don't
his
have
hour.
any questions.
All right.
Are you just calling to harass us, David?
You're just calling to say
I
hi.
just want to know where you guys, the station is.
Yes, Worcester, Massachusetts.
We're in Wales, Massachusetts right now. This is where the station is.
Thank you,
Thank you,
David.
Goodbye.
We love you, David. That's Rachel Worth's father.
Oh, okay.
He does the
show.
The show.
We
kick him out for a month.
Once a month, and this is his spot.
Okay.
His show is normally the Upside Down show.
Oh.
He's complaining.
He's at 8:00 at night.
Well, hello, David.
We
Sorry you're not here tonight.
Yes, you're missing a good show.
Yes, you are. No, he's not. He's watching it.
Well, he is watching it.
He's like, good. I
okay.
don't have to be doing it. Yeah.
All right.
You can be in your comfy home watching us.
Yeah, for a change.
So
Yes.
I don't know if you ladies are Twilight fans, but of course, Breaking Dawn 2 out this weekend, along
Yeah.
with Lincoln, though.
Oh, I want to see
Yes.
that. I've heard so many good things about that.
Me too. Well, I said to my partner Greg today, it's only the 4 months out of his life. It's not like a whole
Hello, you're
story.
live.
Hello, you're doing a wonderful job tonight, guys.
Thank you.
I was actually one of the firefighters on Kristen's fire.
Oh.
I remember it very well.
Wow.
Yes, that was the scariest moment of my life. And actually, it was pretty surreal because my dad had a scanner at the time, and you could hear, as I'm walking out the door, there's a fire at the Fisher household, 38 Holland Road. No kidding! As I'm walking out the door.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thank you very much for saving my house.
Well, it was an all hands on deck kind of thing because Tom had gotten us a bunch of trucks and whatnot
Yeah.
over the years, and it was kind of like a payback.
Oh.
Well, you guys live right around the corner from the fire station. Was the fire station there at the time, or?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
See, it was
Yeah.
right there, but you had to get
Well,
all the
no,
people
we-
there first, then get to the.
Well, we lived in the house up on the hill past the country lounge, almost
Okay.
to Barney Road.
On
All
the
right.
corner of Barney Road.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's where the old house, my
Okay.
old house.
Right on the corner there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I live right across the street from the fire station
Yeah, it was. It was very, very quick.
That's because you ran across the street to get the truck.
Actually, I drove.
See, you went across the street and got the truck.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. My 90 mile an hour, 2 o'clock in the morning, right, drive across the street.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did
Yep.
a good job.
Yes, thank you very, very much.
All right, you guys take care and have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
No,
No.
no, it's right here.
Oh. Okay.
We do have a present for you.
Yay! I get
We
a
have-
present. That is
Wales
great.
250th because we celebrated our 250th.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to put this on. That's great. Oh my goodness, that's
look
very
so
cool.
Right.
You'll never get lost in a crowd.
No.
No, and I will definitely wear it with pride. I like that.
We had a Wales 250th this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Actually, that's right. I mentioned it on
Yes,
the
you
air.
did, you did.
She had it on Facebook. And then, so I saw it, and then Greg and I mentioned
awesome.
it. Yeah,
Yes, thank
definitely.
you.
The power of Facebook. There
Oh,
you
I
go.
know. It's
It's
amazing.
great. It's good stuff.
Is that all you
It
did?
is.
I see you was on it earlier. We all uploaded.
Yeah, we all
We
did.
are.
We
We
did.
are definitely.
Yeah.
That is very cool. I like my hat.
Yeah, we have our own photographer that follows us. Steve is around.
Yes.
Yes.
Her name
that.
is Maria.
Maria the
Maria the Diva, too.
Maria-
Diva.
yes.
Yes.
What is it called?
Diva in training.
Diva
Diva
tier.
tier.
Diva tier.
Yes.
Diva tier. Yeah.
My diva tier. And yes, she's very good at being a diva.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at the movies, Breaking Dawn, and of course Lincoln, and I've yet to see Skyfall. I want to see Skyfall. So the James Bond movie.
Yes.
You were saying the Lincoln's only like the first 4 years of what?
It's 4 months out of it's during the Civil War, so it's 4 months. The movie takes place 4 months during that time.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
That's it.
I know. That's what I said. I was like,
He had such a fascinating life. You'd
I
think it would be more than just
know.
4 months.
Yeah.
Well, I was about a month ago. I went to Milford, Pennsylvania, and there's a museum there, and inside the museum is the flag that they put under his head when he got shot, and the family that was on the
wow.
theater got the flag and stuff, and the daughter was performing in the theater with the
Right,
gentleman
right.
got to take it back to Milford, and they have a whole. It's funny. I have in my phone a whole thing of Abraham Lincoln when I took pictures when we were there, and it's funny how you brought that up.
Wow.
It's so
That's
fascinating.
unbelievable.
They
Yeah.
have, and they have it. It's a display. You can walk in there and see everything there.
Tonight, as we're doing this show live, President Barack Obama has Steven Spielberg and some of the cast at the White House.
Oh, wow.
And they're screening the movie right now as we speak. So
Well, you know what?
it's so cool.
I heard that
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis actually and Steven Spielberg, when they were discussing how they would play, Lincoln, I guess he had a high voice.
And he kind of had to bring his register down.
No, I mean like Lincoln had a high voice.
Lincoln had a high voice.
And I guess he's
Whoa, okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis is getting flack for it because because they decided that that's the way that he would play it.
Mm-hmm.
Was of course back then there was no recordings of his real voice.
Yeah.
But I guess it was documented that he actually had a high voice, which
Oh,
people
wow.
liked because they could hear him, as opposed to a baritone voice.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's very
didn't know that.
interesting.
I didn't know that either. That
Well,
was very.
Something that was interesting is they say that Lincoln, actually, because we were talking about spirits and ghosts earlier, Lincoln, other presidents have actually said that they've witnessed Lincoln in the White House, that his spirit is in the White House. So, when I was reading up, when I was reading up about how they're doing the screening at the White House, whether or not Lincoln will be there tonight for the screening, we don't know. That's
that would
questionable.
be-
Well, I bet he will
It's
be.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. I read a book. Actually, it was like this mini book that I got free on my Nook about the last few days of his life and how, or that last few hours actually, and how this one doctor who happened to be there actually prolonged his life for a whole entire day, I think.
Maybe that's in the movie. Bet it's in
Maybe.
the movie. It's only 4 months of his life. So I bet it's in the movie.
Is that when he?
But it was
when
very-
the Civil War? Was the Civil War when he went to the play?
Yes,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
towards the end of his
Towards
life.
the- okay.
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that was the pictures are amazing though.
Yeah.
And they ripped the flag down and put it underneath his head.
Unbelievable.
Woman gave us the whole story of it. And then there was the woman. What got me was in the theater. They had pictures of the theater and the show that they put on. Well, the daughter was in the theater, and they had shoes. And then when they changed costume, they always wore the same shoes. They had adjustable heels.
Oh, wow.
In the shoe, in the actual heel,
Yeah.
it was like, they would like turn it and it would make the shoe higher or lower.
Oh.
I know. Why did they say it like that?
Yeah.
That'd be like so cool.
Do you know, this is totally random and off topic, but like, remember Jason Priestley, who played Brandon
Yes.
Walsh
Yep.
on 90210? 5 feet.
No.
Yes!
He's little?
Yes!
No, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and because there was this thing, because I'm always doing the Hollywood stuff and finding like little fun facts and stuff. He's only like 5 feet. I never
moly.
knew that. Yeah.
Wow.
He's a little guy, but he was a race car driver on
Yes.
the side, so that makes sense then. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Getting into a race car,
Yeah.
little guy.
He does
So-
those Eagle Eddie things for safety, gun safety. Did you ever see those?
No.
Go YouTube it. We got
Yeah.
the 8-track, what was it, video at the time for the kids.
Oh, wow.
When they're little guys to stay away from guns and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
gun
yeah.
safety.
Yeah.
And you have to go check it out. He's with Eagle Eddie and it's gun safety.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he does that.
Yeah, I actually met oh God, Steve Sanders.
Oh, Ian
Zierning.
Ziering.
Yeah, I was in
nice.
Chicago, and he was at this breakfast place called West Egg. I remember because Heidi West.
Oh, yeah,
Egg.
yeah.
And I was sitting there, and literally he was having breakfast right next to me, and it was one of those moments. I mean, he wasn't my favorite. You know, if it was Dylan, I would have been like, Dylan! Well, maybe not now, but back then.
Is
But
it the blonde one?
he was the blonde
Yeah.
one. He was
Yeah,
like
all
the
right.
okay.
Well, he was like 30 when he was on that
I
show.
know. But same thing with Dylan though. But Dylan, I don't know. I thought Dylan was better looking. But
Yes.
so at some point, like, you know, I was like, well, you know, I'm not going to interrupt this guy while he's eating. So if we happen to be leaving at the same time or something, or if I time it out right. So, eventually, you know, we did leave, and we did happen to leave at the same time. And
What a coincidence.
yeah, I know. So we took a picture together, and he was really nice. And at the time, he was like engaged to this playmate of the
Was that
year
the
or
one
something.
that
But
was
they're
on-
since divorced.
Oh, that was the one
Yeah.
that was on one of Barker's Beauties, right?
I think so. I'm
Yeah,
not sure, but she
okay.
was a model.
Amazing
she did
that I know these
stuff,
things.
But
This is why they call me TMZ at work.
yeah.
I
Oh.
suddenly know all these
she
things.
Does, she does
Yeah.
a great Hollywood thing when we have our show. She does the whole
Nice.
gossip of the.
Yeah.
That's because I'm on
Well,
TMZ every day.
Well, you met Brian Dennehy.
Yes.
And that was an accident.
Yeah,
That
I
was
saw
a
that.
complete
What's the
accident.
story? I want to hear the story.
Oh,
Let's hear it.
well, we were going. Oh my
It's
gosh,
so embarrassing.
It was really
Don't
funny.
tell it. No, it's embarrassing. It's
Why?
because I didn't know who he was when I went.
Yeah, that was hilarious, actually.
we were going to see Big Time Rush and Cody Simpson with Palace, my granddaughter, and
And Maria the Diva.
what is it? The Diva Tier.
Diva Tier,
And
okay.
I put in the GPS, the address that I got off the internet. Well, it was the wrong address. So we went downtown, and the parking lot was pretty empty. So the guy says, "All right." So we went around the side, and the guy goes, "We get out, and I see this guy, and he goes, I says, "Where's the Comcast Center?" He goes, "Oh, it's down the street over there," which turned out to be the XL Center. And she goes, "Oh, I'm your favorite fan." And I turn back and I asked the lady, "Who is he?" And she goes,
She
"It's
asked his wife.
Oh my God! He's Tommy Boy. Right?
Yes.
So she goes, "Who? Brian Dennehy?" And I went, "Oh," and then she goes, "I said I want my picture taken too," so I got my picture taken with him.
Yeah.
So-
No, that's a great story. I love that. I walked in and I'm like, that's Brian Denny.
Everybody knows Brian Dennehy but me, right?
Yeah, Greg and my partner.
I know who he was.
Yeah.
I've seen him on Cocoon and
Yeah.
a couple other
Tommy
movies, but-
Boy.
Yeah,
Tommy
but
Boy.
I never-
Yeah. You
I
never
just
put it
asked the
together.
guy, "Hey,
Well, you know what
where-"
happens though, and I have figured this out is, of course, I'm not that I've seen so many.
embarrassing that you didn't say that again.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Well, that's my husband.
Who's that?
He never said that though.
I think the best part of the story is the fact that you asked us, who is that?
That is classic. Oh my God.
Classic
That's like the
You
best.
didn't care.
That's the best ever. I'm trying to think if I
care.
have a moment like that with anybody. Oh my God. Our
fun.
boss, Greg, and our boss is Tom Holt, who does Afternoon Drive
yeah.
on SRS. And we like to joke around, and
Oh,
we're
God.
searching for the clip of him saying, because we're going to have to just play the movie out, because on YouTube you can get clips and stuff, but we're looking for that scene where he says, "Tommy boy," because we want to play it when we talk about our boss. But we'll have to work on that. But yeah, he lives locally.
Yeah.
So I've actually bumped into him a few times as
you were
well.
telling us,
so
yeah.
very
That's
nice guy
Yes.
though, very friendly and down to earth. Have you guys ever, besides that moment, have you ever bumped into any other celebrities?
Well, the only other celebrity that I've really met was, and it wasn't bumping into him.
Yeah.
My dad was in the trucking industry,
Yeah.
and he would get once he had VIP tickets to the races up in Loudon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so we were in, and my dad was totally in heaven because and I was too, because I had a really big crush on Rusty Wallace. So we were in his tent, and I'm going, and you could ask him anything. And of course my mind was blank, and I'm like, Dad, what's a good question to ask? I don't know, ask him something about tires. So I had to ask him a dumb question about tires, but there was Bill Elliott, Ernie Irvan, like all the big guys all around us.
Yeah.
And I'm just,
You were dumbfounded.
Nice.
wow, because I used to watch racing with my dad, so I knew all of the drivers.
That's cool. That's
But
very
that was
cool.
my only other brush with celebrity. You?
No. Just
Now that we're on the subject, I do have a couple questions about that.
Oh, okay.
Let's
That's a
get
good
out-
little
Who-
segue.
Yes.
Let's
Who? Oh, you want to
Okay.
say the word?
Basting.
okay, go ahead. Tell your story.
So, who is the most exciting celebrity that you got to meet?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's rough. Well, there's.
Let's see who's the big
At
winner.
the sound of the bell.
Oh, it's you.
No.
You're on the air.
Yay!
You know who you are. You want
Good timing.
congratulations.
You're the winner.
You
Sounds like there's an
won
audience
tanning,
there.
a month of free tanning.
Yes, so that you won't be transparent through the winter.
Finally, I win something.
Yay!
Hey! What's your name? What's your name?
Peppa.
It's Pepper.
Pepper.
We know that.
Well, congratulations,
All right,
Pepper.
well, wait. All right, well, we'll get you your gift certificate. We know where you live. Thank you, Pepper.
We'll
Thank
see
you,
you later.
Pepper.
The winner, she won. Yay.
Yay!
Good job.
That's great. Goodness. Well, there's been a lot of different people I've had the opportunity to meet. I've met Carrie Underwood and Taylor Swift and Keith Urban. I'm naming some of the country artists because I'm feeling the country. That you guys like the country
There's
artists.
a lot of country. A lot of people up here like country music for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Me. Grew up on it. Thank you.
Practically like every season of American Idol.
Oh, wow.
But a lot of different artists. I'm trying to think about this. A good story from one of the artists, the Keith Urban story, I really enjoyed when I interviewed him. I asked him what it was like when he heard his song on the radio for the very first time. And for a lot of artists, that moment, like for Taylor Swift, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, it's such a good question. So if you ever happen to run into an artist, that should be your question, Kristen.
Okay.
What was it like the first time you heard your song? And he said he was at a gas station, pumping gas, getting ready to pump gas, and he had left the radio on. And you should never do that, by the way. My dad always taught me to turn off your car when you pump gas.
Yes.
But apparently, he had left the radio on, and he heard a song. And it was just one of those things where, he had gone with the record label management guy. And this is what you do when you're a new artist. You go around to the different radio stations and, you try to promote, hey, this is my artist, Kristen. You just got this record, please play it. And then, hopefully the music director at the station says, all right. So they had left not too long ago, and he didn't know if he was going to play it or not. You never know. And suddenly, there it was. And he said it was like the most amazing thing. He's like, I couldn't believe it. He's like, I started screaming. I started dancing. I turned it up. And I just kept saying, he's like, I didn't know anyone around me. But I was like, that's me. That's me. And like, you know, the guy at the gas station was like, okay, that's you pumping gas. You know, he's like, put on the radio. So, you know, it's, that was a really nice moment, you know, to share that story. But, just yeah, I've been really blessed to meet like you know, Michael Bublé, like I said, Josh Groban, Lionel Richie. I actually got to sing with Lionel Richie.
Oh my goodness.
Forgot about that. Yeah, he was at the Four Seasons in Boston, and he had like this little event of different program directors and music directors, and my boyfriend was there. He's a program director at the time in the radio, and it was just maybe 50 people in the room. It was very intimate, and he had a piano set up. And he sang Endless Love.
Oh.
And before he started, he said, is there anybody here who would like to sing with me? And it was just like one of those moments. And so like a couple of us went up there and just, you know, ladies, and just kind of sang. Of course, I wasn't really singing. I was just like, you know, other people were singing. But it was just like, you know, moments like that, or, you know, Amy Grant, of course, from the 90s, String of Hits, Every Heartbeat, Baby Baby, That's What Love Is For.
Married to Vince Gill.
I've met the both of them, and my brother actually was a big fan of hers, and always wanted to meet her. He thought she was beautiful, and he liked her music, but he loved her curly hair, and he loved her songs, and so, when I got into radio, I was like, gosh, I really hope I have this opportunity for him to meet her. And that opportunity came, and I called him up, and I was like, Tony, you're not going to believe this, but you're going to meet Amy Grant. And he was like, I'm shipping out. He was leaving for Afghanistan.
Oh.
So I went to the meet and greet, half-hearted, really sad, because I wanted to meet her. I had listeners with me, but, you know, I really wanted my brother to meet her because her music... We were actually roommates in college for a little while. I always heard him playing it. He had a guitar. He would strum along to it. And I told her the story. I said, it's so wonderful to meet you. We've got listeners here. And, you know, but my brother was supposed to be here. And she was like, she had this cute southern accent. She's like, well, where is your brother? And I said, well, he's actually on a plane to Afghanistan. And I started crying. And she's like, well, then let's call him. And I was like, what? So she actually left a voicemail message on my brother's phone.
That's sweet.
Wow.
And Vince Gill was right there, and I actually named my cat after Vince Gill, Vinny. But she was so sweet. She left this message, and then a couple years later, and actually most recently, they did meet. I took my brother to meet. I don't know if you saw that on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, to meet Amy Grant. So that was really cool. But yeah, lots of great stories. I've met Chicago, the group Chicago, Duran Duran. The Bangles from the 80s, New Kids on the Block. Yeah, I mean, I've been very fortunate to meet Sarah McLachlan, Bryan Adams.
Now, was there anybody that was not as nice as you thought that they were?
I knew she was going to ask that.
Well.
You know, there are moments when artists, you know, the hustle and bustle of things, you know, there's a lot of people during these meet and greets. It's not always easy to maintain that posture and smile and share good attitude. But there was an artist who I was really disappointed that she wasn't as nice. I don't know if I want to say. She wasn't as nice, and because I've met so many artists who were nice, like Beyonce. I met Destiny's Child. That's not Beyonce. Oh my goodness, super friendly. Sweet, kind, nice, absolutely gorgeous in person. That woman has a flawless skin. She is as beautiful in pictures as she is in person.
Wow.
But very petite.
Really? She's
like
tiny.
5 feet tall.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
But those heels, you know.
I think she needs them.
Yeah, she does.
So who
because
is
she's
it?
tiny.
Well, maybe you can tell us off air so that you don't have to.
Tell us off there, yeah.
Now, who haven't you met but are, you know, like, I really want to meet them?
Oh, goodness. Well, that would have been Whitney Houston.
Oh.
You know, as I mentioned earlier, I used to love to sing. And at first, there was 3 things I wanted to do. I either wanted to be a singer, a DJ or an extra on Days of Our Lives. And the Days of Our Lives thing is only because I'm actually Filipino. My mom's from the Philippines, and my father's in the service. That's how I met my mother. My mother would watch Stories, which is Days of Our Lives. And so I grew up watching Days of Our Lives, and I thought, wouldn't it be special if I could be an extra in Days of Our Lives and show up in one of the scenes and go, would you like some more water? You know what I mean? For my mom to see. But that hasn't happened. But the singing part, my voice changed as I got older. I was a soprano, and I became an alto. So rather than being able to sing...
Yeah, that happened to me, too.
Yeah, the solos, it's the melody, and it wasn't as fun for me. What was the question? I forgot.
Who do you want to meet?
Oh, yeah. So the Whitney Houston, going back to the singing, the Whitney Houston. I always wanted to meet her, and maybe Christina Aguilera. I've seen Mariah and Britney. Those were my faves, but I always wanted to meet Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely devastated when she passed away.
I was shocked.
I was on the air in Connecticut, working at a station in Connecticut.